Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday. I hope everybody had a great More Good News Wednesday, and it's terrific Thursdays now. Going into Friday, tomorrow's training is mentor and coach. What's the difference? How do we get them? What do we do with them? How best to perform with them? So looking forward to doing that for everyone. We should have at least 3 people in our life, people that sit in the situation that we want to be in. Show me your friends. I'll show you your future. 6-figure, 6-pack, what's going on? We will get with Candace in about 3 or 4 minutes. But before that, let's get the questions going. Where's Team David Meltzer? Terrific Thursdays. If you want to see anything or need anything, it's just david@dmeltzer.com. Always can download the playbook, share it with your friends. We have all the trainings, billionaires, millionaires, entrepreneurs, all their playbooks to success right there. Over 700 episodes. Check out the playbook on Spotify, Entrepreneur, Apple, Google. It's everywhere. What kind of tea do you drink? I drink black tea, and I like it. There's Team David Meltzer right on time. We'll pin that up there. All right, let's take a few questions before we bring Candace, Holyfield, Parker from 6-figure, 6 figures pack. Here we go. Sorry. What's the most terrific thing that has happened this week? The most terrific thing that has happened this week is I had a podcast with a gentleman named... What am I losing my mind? Oh, thank you. God, hold on one second. Oh, Sadhguru. Thank you. I had to grab his book again. I'm losing my mind. All right. I had a playbook with Sadhguru. He wrote this book, A Yogi's Guide to Crafting Your Own Destiny within. And thank you, Justin. You're always there. Jakey, thank you very much. But that was, to me, the best interview I've ever done. And he is amazing. He's the Yogi Sadhguru. Everyone's like, yes, very good. Way to remember. But if you had 100 people you were dealing with each day, you would forget everybody's name. Or maybe not. Justin, maybe not. But anyway, I digress. It's one of those mornings. Terrific Thursdays. Questions coming in. Here we go. Why should entrepreneurs prioritize their health? Not just entrepreneurs. Everybody should prioritize their health. Everyone. Because if you are healthy, you get 1,000 wishes a day. If you aren't, you only have 1 wish. So it doesn't matter what your occupation is. You know, too many people talk in terms of work. I talk in terms of activity. I get paid for activity I don't get paid for. But even a more encompassing definition or objective is occupation. What is your occupation? It's that which occupies you. And if you're occupying yourself with the right things, you're going to get more of the right things. If you're occupying yourself with what you don't want, you're going to get what you don't want. If you occupy yourself with what's missing, you're going to get what's missing. If you occupy yourself with what other people want from you, you're going to get what other people want. Learn your occupation. Learn to love your occupation. What do you want to occupy you? So very, very clearly, health is something that I want to be occupied with. What are your favorite foods? My favorite foods are, I love French fries, potato chips, hamburgers, all those delicious things. Not a big sweet person. I love salad. But yeah, those are some of my favorite foods in a Happy Meal. Not for the nutritional value, but for the mental state. Nothing like a Happy Meal to make you happy. What's your favorite artist and artwork? Big fan of Aaron Chang. I like also David Lick. Big fan of Monet. I went to Paris to speak at the World Congress there and just saw some extraordinary work from Monet. So just a variety of work. How does the word responsibility apply in your life? I would rather use the word accountability than responsibility. Responsibility incorporates liability, which is blame, shame, and justification based, where accountability is more control based of what you are in power. Anyway, here we go. Six-figure pack chick. Bring her in here. The spa professionals, the spa chick herself, Candace Holyfield. Let's hope this works. Six-figure spa chick. That name threw me off, and then I couldn't remember the saad guru. So I got it right now. Six-figure spa chick. There she is, Candace Holyfield. Parker, how are you?
How are you? It still says connecting on my end. Can you see me? Oh,
Oh,
there you go.
yeah, we can't control Instagram. You good now?
Yep. I can see you and I can see myself. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, you are a fantastic business coach in a great space, and kind of wanted to, as a trailblazer, get more of your mindset, so that you can share with everyone what your mindset was to build your business and how you pass that on and empower other people in your space.
Thank you so much. Definitely. So everybody who was on here, I know you guys do. A lot of people on my audience, they was like, "Oh my gosh, I love David." They was already following you, so I was super excited to see that a lot of my followers was already following you, and they know who you were when I posted the flyer. So that definitely excited me. I want to thank you, my PR team, for the opportunity. And when it comes to mindset, to be honest, and I tell people all the time, I never knew I would have a seven-figure business. I never knew, I would help so many people. I just never knew I would do that. My whole life, I just been in survivor mode, like just trying to survive and pay my bills and feed my kids. Now, of course, my mindset is totally different, and I think from a totally different vantage point now. So now I have the mindset that whatever I want, I can get it. Whatever I want, I can have it. And I make sure I deserve the things that I desire. So the universe can automatically give those things to me because my heart desires those things, and I make sure I'm doing my life work to make sure I deserve those things. So the universe can give those things to me.
You got to read this book from the saad guru. That's exactly what he's teaching. But why do you think it is that people like you and I, early on, we didn't really feel worthy? You said you had no imagination. You were just trying to survive. And I've been there. Grew up with six kids and a single mom. I know what I call the world of not enough is, where I just wanted to make it. Why do you think it is that we don't feel worthy when here on the other side of it, we're like, wait a second, I'm walking with the greatest source of power within me. I used to worry about the mountains. Now I know that what created the mountains is within me, and I can have whatever I want. Why is it you think that so many people like us and so many others don't feel worthy of being able to do what we've been able to do?
So from my perspective, a lot of people that I know, they don't know anybody who's had major success. They don't know anybody, especially not even having their phone numbers in their phone, and they're not in the rooms to be able to see these type of things with their own eyes. So from where we come from, if you can't see it, it's not real. If you don't know anybody that it's actually happened to, it's not real. So we just don't even imagine those type of things for ourselves because we're not being exposed to that. So we don't even think that far ahead. It was when I started coming to events in Atlanta, that's when my whole mindset shifted because I was in a room with these people. I used to be a massage therapist. So I was their therapist, celebrities and influencers and in their homes. And that's when everything really shifted for me when I saw other people having things that I didn't have. And I was like, hold up, I'm doing something totally wrong in life over here because I don't have any of these things that my clients have or my colleagues have. Like, I don't have these things. And that's really when the shift happened for me when I started seeing it with my own eyes.
Well, I love the fact too that you give back to your own community. You have, I think, the world's only Black Spa Expo, working to be a milestone. I use the term milestone. My business partner is Hall of Fame quarterback Warren Moon, and I always call him a milestone. He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, for every young Black quarterback, when they looked at you, they said I could be better than Warren Moon." And it's not I can be Warren Moon. It's I can be better than Warren Moon. And you saw that when you start getting exposed. When I in myself started getting put into the spheres of influence, I call it, when I put myself and I started learning from these people. I said, wait a second, these people are nothing, not smarter than me. They don't have the drive that I have. They're just doing something differently, like you said. And I started using all my mentors as milestones. And for that, how do we get people to take that step to ask for help, to go out there and, come to the Black Expo, do whatever it is to do to surround themselves with the right people and the right ideas?
So that's a great question. I was just talking to another one. She used to be my client. I'm not coaching anymore, so I would call her my friend now, or one of my business besties. But first of all, we have to be inviting. We have, like, if I didn't know you, I wouldn't dare request to join your live, or I wouldn't dare. I would be scared to reach out to you, be like, "Hey, David, can I go live with you?" Or "Can you sponsor my expo?" Like, I would be scared to do that. So a lot of people who are coaches, or like you have a free ebook. I told my whole tribe, I'm like, go get David free ebook. He has a free course. So we have to be welcoming, and we have to be inviting, and we have to be approachable, even if it's on something like this, an IG live, or I have an amazing customer service team where people text me and they reply. So we first have to be welcoming and inviting, where people do feel like, hey, if I reach out, somebody's going to respond and tell me what to do next. So a lot of people, they're not even reachable or approachable. So people don't reach out, or they're scared to reach out because they don't think they're going to get a reply back, or they don't think anything's going to happen. So I reply to all of my DMs. I have a customer service number that we answer every single day, because I want to be welcoming and inviting for people, because I know how it feels to, want to reach out or want to be a part, and the people don't respond. Like, people don't answer their DMs. They don't answer the email. So we try to respond to everybody, and just be welcoming and inviting, and people know, hey, it's a safe space to reach out, and then for you to be able to get the help that you need. So that's what we try to do over here in Six Figure Spot Chicken Land.
Yeah, well, you and I share that exact same philosophy. And if any of your community wants a real book, I will sign it, send it, pay for shipping, so you don't have to pay for anything. It's not one of those, get my book for free, but it's $10 to ship. I will pay for shipping. I'll sign it. Anybody, just email me right there, david@dmeltzer.com, or you can have my ebook or my audio book. Now, you've written over 30 books that you give away as well. And what inspired you to write those books, and which one's your favorite one?
So to be honest, I moved to Atlanta. I didn't have a plan. I got flat broke. And so I did my first, it used to be called the Spa Retreat. Now it's called the Spa Expo, but I did a Spa Retreat, and I wanted to have them something to go by during the retreat. So I wrote Build a Spa, They Will Come. So I wrote that ebook, and that was our manual for the retreat. And so I was like, I should sell this. So I put it on sale. Back then, I didn't even have a website. Like, I had to email each individual person who was ordering it. That was dope. And so one of my guest speakers, her name is Chanel Washington, Radiant Living Village. She's a sales strategist. And she came to my event, and she had like a real book. I was like, I need to make mine a real book. And so then I started writing more books. And then my other wealth coach, Donnell Winningham, this was years ago, and she was saying we need to have at least 10 to 30 things for sale. So anything that I knew, I just started writing it in a book, just a specific niche for that book, and that's how I end up getting 30. I would definitely say my favorite book of all time is my Instagram, Brick by Brick. That's my favorite book, because so many people try to get on social media and they don't make any money. They don't make any money whatsoever. And a lot of people think just because you're posting, they think they're going to make money, and it does not work like that. So my favorite book is called Instagram, Brick by Brick, how to build your Instagram page, brick by brick, and make you $1 million or whatever amount you want to make. And I do want to tell everybody too, in that book, a lot of people think you have to have a lot of followers to make money. When I first started making money on Instagram, I had less than 10,000 followers. When my first clients, I probably had 200 followers. Like, the first time people started paying me on Instagram. But Instagram, Brick by Brick, is my favorite ebook that I wrote out of all of those.
Well, we need more pragmatic instruction on how to do things, because people have a false perception of how all this stuff works, how big you have to be. And I believe that we have a bigger opportunity than ever before to share our message. I love the fact that you practice what I teach, meaning if you're more specific about what you do, like Dr. Pimple Popper or my friend, the six-figure spa chick, if you get specific and you teach people brick by brick what to do, there's not only a great value that you're providing, but when you provide value to others in an unconditional manner like you, it opens up a big void for the universe to fill. And that's the one thing that you and I have, is faith that the universe is going to put us into a better place, a better position when we help others and we're of service to others, which was what you do. What's the last piece of advice for someone who wants, to get this 6-figure, type of income, or 7-figure or 8-figure, whatever they want to manifest. But a lot of people have this kind of instant gratification problem that they expect this to happen overnight. Your success did not happen overnight. What's the piece of advice that you would give them to blend the persistence that you have with the patience and the faith that you have?
My number one advice to everybody is a business coach. Once I got a business coach, and I was in business for years before I got a business coach. But once I started getting coaches, I always say a coach is your shortcut to success. So I would tell everybody, get you a business coach. I need everybody to know it's a difference between a business coach and a mentor. They are two totally different things. Your business coach, you are paying them. Your mentor is probably free or complimentary. They're just helping you for free. So I would tell everybody to get them a business coach. And I want everybody to know too, real coaches start at like 10, 20, 30. Like people think, oh, I bought $100 webinar. That's not it. So get you a real coach. If you don't have your 10K or whatever your coach is charging, get you some money up to get you a coach. And that's really how your business is going to go to the next level when you get a coach.
I didn't pay you to say that, but I'm doing my training tomorrow, which I do for the last 20 years, on the difference between mentoring and coaching. Wow. And I've been coaching, as you know, for years and years, and some of the top executives in the world. But I would say that find your coach. If anyone's interested, I am happy as well. I have a great program for you, but it's always month to month for me, and I guarantee profitability. So if you're going to make that investment, make sure your coach guarantees you a result, because some coaches are just good at making you feel good. I call it the purple dinosaur, the Barneys of the world. I love you, you love me, nobody makes any money. No, we don't need that. Get a coach that's going to put you in the situation that they're in. The best way to get to where you want to be is to find someone that's where you want to be and ask them for directions. And that's what, Candace, you do, is you give people directions, and you give it with a lot of abundance and love. You come on my Instagram anytime you want, any of my platforms. I'm a huge fan of yours as well. Please have your community reach out to me, david@dmeltzer.com, for my books, my guides, my exercises, free training and coaching. Just reach out to me. And my crowd, reach out to Candace. Let's all support each other. Thank you so much for coming on. I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Incredible. She's amazing. That's right. My 6-figure spa chick, Candace Holyfield Parker. She's amazing. Did it all by herself, right? I mean, with a lot of help, but she did the asking and the work. And Candace is great at accountability and implementation. And check her out, her ebooks. And it's at 6-figure spa chick, at 6-figure spa chick. Thank you so much, Candace. As we're continuing on, Patricia Will, she's here to ask me a quick question. Let's go live for a quick question with Patricia Will. Hopefully you're here. Go ahead. Reach out if you still want to ask me a question. My friend from Belmont Village Senior Living. And in Houston, let me see here. Are you here, Candace? If not, I'm going to take a question. All right, we'll take a question here. What does it mean that every day is New Year's Day? And does that help with your judgment and conditions that you put on others? First of all, we shouldn't have judgments and conditions. We should just go ahead and treat every day by taking inventory of our values, and taking inventory of our values will make every day a New Year's Day and keep us consistent and persistent. Hello, Patricia.
Hi, David. How are you this morning?
I'm terrific. How are you?
I'm great.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining me. Now, you've been with the Belmont Village Senior Living, and you founded that, in 1997? So you've been in this business a long time.
Been in this business a long time, and been in your neck of the woods in LA since 2000 with our first community in Hollywood.
Oh, awesome. And you have a question for me?
Well, basically, as we look at emerging from this pandemic and think about the elderly, what advice would you give to elderly people who are now coming out of their shells?
Sure. Well, first of all, I think it's the same advice that I give to almost anyone. Number one, come up with your non-negotiables. I think even later on in life, it's more important and easier to live by our non-negotiables as we start seeing our own physical being expiring. It would be a nice way to say. But if you don't have your non-negotiables, you don't want to waste any time. I was with Saad yesterday. He's incredible. But he said there's two ways to live a long life. One is to be miserable, and the other is to be productive. And those are both ways to live a long life. And I think too many people try to live a long life by being miserable. And for me, it's when you're healthy, you have 1,000 wishes. When you're not healthy, you only have one wish. And I think mindset is probably the most important thing as we come out of the pandemic, then our heart set, and then actually being very pragmatic with what we want, how we're going to do it, and why we want to do it according to that, what we want. So, a lot of times we get so set in our ways. Being in my middle age myself, I fall into the trap of thinking I know what I know. I think the great wisdom of getting older is realizing you don't know what you don't know, and we get to choose what we want to do, and we have control of our mindset, our heart set, and what we do with our lives every day, and make that choice to be productive, meaning providing value and service, to be accessible to others, and to access what we want, and most importantly, just to be grateful and find the light, the love, and the lessons in everything. So to everyone out there that's coming out of the pandemic, remember what you have control of and utilize it. Does that sound fair?
That sounds fair. So you've harnessed the word wisdom, and I've been engaged as a purveyor of seniors housing communities with the Center for Longevity at UCLA and also Stein Center for Healthy Aging in San Diego. And all the research shows that the elderly are the wisest. How can we harness that, in your view, to share with younger generations that are frankly much more on edge?
I would love for someone like you that has the access of thousands of our wisest individuals. Nothing will create wisdom more than the experience, what I call situational knowledge, the dummy tax that all of us pay throughout our journey. And I've been looking for more people like you that will create mentorship programs. I know we had Candace on earlier, who almost every single great person that I meet, hyper actualizing people, have mentors. And I myself seek anyone of elderly status in my life for the mentorship, because it's, like I said, the easiest way to get to where you want to be is find someone that's already been there and ask them for directions. And when we get to see the systematic, secular nature of humans, so I study history as well as seek mentorship from the elderly, because for me, human nature never changes. And the better that I know human nature, the more successful, happy, the stronger my mindset, heart set, and my productivity is. And I have made millions and millions of dollars. I tell people all the time, they're like, well, should I invest in this? I said, number one, know your timing and your risk tolerance. And then two, find someone that has 30 or 40 years of experience and ask them one question: when should I buy? And then tell them to call you, when should I sell? Because as you know from all your friends, associates, and people from San Diego to Orange County to Los Angeles, there is so much clear wisdom. So many people spend millions and millions of dollars trying to find the answers that my friends in their 70s, 80s, 90s, and 100s already have, because they've seen it 5 times. They know exactly, what is going to happen when things are oversold and when things are overbought, because that's human nature. And they see the most critical components of what the market is, who the market makers are, and when to buy and sell. And I'm just giving one small example of what it is. And I will tell you, one of the greatest pieces of advice is I got from some of my mentors. Bob Proctor is one of my mentors. He's 86 years old, one of the wisest men that I know. And I was so caught up in all types of different business strategies and everything. And he just looked at me and he said, find something that you love to do that's healthy for a minimum of an hour a day. That's my advice. I was deep into business, and he looked at me. I go, what? He goes, yeah. He goes, if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of other people. Dave, find something you love to do for your health and do it every day for a minimum of an hour. That's the best piece of business advice I can give you. Now, that's wisdom. That's sage wisdom that changed my life, giving me my non-negotiables. And I would be more than happy to help as well. I would love to set up a mentorship program, especially here in my backyard. So thank you so much for joining me.
Well, thank you, David. I think with the thousands of seniors that we have in the LA Basin who have that wisdom at our Belmont Village communities, we would have an opportunity to do an intergenerational program in mentorship. And you'll hear from me about this right away. I'm
Oh my
passionate
goodness,
about
you're a
that.
godsend. You're a godsend. Thank you so much, and I think we're going to change the world. I'm on a mission to empower over 1 billion people, and that makes it easy on me. So thank you so much for being one of my
It's
1,000.
it's it's my pleasure.
Awesome. Thank you. I love it. And look how easily it's so funny. You know, my mom's like, I can't use Instagram. Look at Patricia. She's like, boom. I get amazing. Let's do it. Let's seek out the wisdom. You know, you don't have to wait for them to offer it. Let's seek it out. Seek out that wisdom. And I have done so well by asking those people that have already been there for their dummy tax. That's one tax I do not want to pay. I'll pay my state taxes. I'll pay my federal taxes, but I don't want to pay the dummy tax again. I've paid over $100 million in dummy tax, and I don't want to pay it anymore. All right. I have a special guest now. He's the star of my TV show. His name is Jason Waller. He has the Underdog podcast, and he is amazing. And Jakey Bakey, is he up here now? I don't see my Underdog. Here he comes to save the day. The CEO of Power Home Solar, host of the True Underdog podcast. Jason Waller, are you here, my brother? If not, I'm just giving you a shout out. I'll answer questions till you get here. Patricia is amazing. At Jason Waller, bam. Where are you, the True Underdog? I don't see you here. Please tell me you are here. Mr. Bam, are you here? Oh, Mikey, is Bam here? Bam, Bam, are you here? All right, I'll answer a question while I wait for the Bam Bam. Here we go. How do you manifest what you want? Well, I believe there's 7 steps I will teach you in Connected to Goodness, possibilities of probabilities to your reality or perspective through 7 principles and 4 key elements to each of those principles, from knowing your values to manifestation and inspiration to strategy, discipline, and awareness. We'll make it happen. The 7 different principles with 4 key elements, brick by brick, as Candace says. Just email me if you want my book. I'll sign it, send it to you, ebook, audiobook, david@dmeltzer.com. You can reach out. If you haven't joined my text community, it's right there, 949-298-2905. I don't know why it's all discombobulated there, but feel free to reach out. Mr. Bam, are you here? What's going on? Where is my man, Jason Waller? Coming live at you, the True Underdog. Where are you? Oh, wrong language. Thank you. I don't know that language. Here we go. Address business betrayal. I've moved on, but I think many people won't know how to. Thanks. You know what brings peace in business betrayal is 3 things. 1, gratitude. Be grateful, find the light, the love, and the lessons in what has occurred. 2, forgiveness. Forgive yourself for not vetting properly. And then 3, accountable. Ask yourself, what did I do to attract this to myself? And more importantly, what am I supposed to learn from it? Gratitude, forgiveness, and accountability will allow you to move on from any occurrence that occurs, any activity, any type of circumstance that may or may not create interferences, voids, and shortages in what you do and how you do it. So use those 3 as superpowers, as tools in order to effectuate what we're doing. Where's my True Underdog? He's on his way, Jakey Bakey. All right, that sounds good. I'll take another question while we wait for the great Jason Waller. What's your workout routine time length? For me, it's a minimum of an hour a day. And weight-wise, it's chest, tries, back, buys, legs, and shoulders. Cardio every day in varying degrees and varying exercises of intense workout. So there's intense days too, and then a lighter day, but always cardio in a minimum of an hour a day on my health. Stretching, yoga, jump roping, running. I have a rowing machine, and of course the Peloton, and all our great ways of doing things. And then, we have abs and all types of different exercises, weights, etc. Oh my goodness, the true underdog is here. Speaking of working out, he has one of my favorite strategies of working out. I'm going to start there. He's the star of 2 Minute Drill. You can catch him on Bloomberg. You can catch him on Amazon. You can catch him on his True Underdog podcast. He is the superstar. There he is, Jason Waller with the coolest jacket. What's going on?
Hey, man, how are you?
I'm good. You got that jacket on where you dressed up for an important meeting?
Yeah, we've got a couple bank meetings today, some investors, and then we were just looking at a property, but super excited to be on here with the David Meltzer, my coach, my hero, my mentor. You're the man.
All right, Jason, one of my favorite things that you taught me that I love is you and I have the exact same workout strategy of why David Nurse is here. What's up?
What's up, David?
You got to follow David Nurse, by the way, if you're not. He's the incredible NBA trainer, coach, and life coach, and wrote a great book as well, Pivot. So anyway, what's our workout strategy, the one you gave me? What is it?
Works like this. You work out as much as you can, but you eat whatever you want because you play for a tie. It's the only time in life you're allowed to play for a tie. So you don't gain weight, but you don't lose weight. You just get to enjoy food. As long as you keep grinding, you're good.
I love that. I'm playing for a tie from now on, and instead of dieting the rest of my life. It's such a great, different philosophy. Now, we just filmed season 2 of 2 Minute Drill, and we got 72 different companies, pitches, etc. What was the number one takeaway that you had? I'm not going to have you give any tips because you actually give the tip of the day on Bloomberg and Amazon with your great wisdom. But what's your biggest takeaway from season 2?
There's a ton because season 1 was good, but season 2 is epic. I mean, it was fantastic. We got to sit there and collaborate about everyone's pitch, which will be on the show, which didn't get to happen at season 1. It's an hour long. And then we got to sit there and make our case for who should win. And you made that decision. And there were some heated conversations between especially, myself and Rory, but it got exciting. And, we were keeping it real. We were passionate about who we believed should win. And there was an argument, is it how good your pitch is or is it how good your business is? And there was a lot of different ways we had to go through it. And I thought it was fantastic. Hey, my wife just said, hey, she put the hearts on. Hey, babe.
Hi. She's amazing, by the way. And she has the patience of Job. Everyone's talking about the butter cake at Mastro's. We have to work out twice if you're going to eat that butter cake. I think it's 2,500 calories just in that cake alone.
When we had it that night, I had 8 bites. I couldn't stop. I just kept eating. It was so good.
Now we give $50,000 of cash and prizes. Mm-hmm. And, that can have a real acceleration in your business. You're someone has, not a 7-figure, not an 8-figure, but a 9-figure coming on 10-figure business, probably 10 figures in valuation, talking the big B, your company is up there. But, you started your business and it wasn't that long ago where $50,000 of cash and prizes would have changed everything. What does it take to go from, paycheck to paycheck and trusting and having faith in yourself to having $1 billion business?
You gotta be patient, and you've got to take it one step at a time. You can't cheat anything. Too many people chase money and they just try to get rich fast when they open a business. I mean, we always hear, I'm going to open a business. I'm going to be rich. I want to have the nice car. And that's not what it's about. You taught me that you need to serve people. And I think that when you're out serving people and you're doing the right thing in the world, and you love it and you're passionate about it, good things will happen, but you have to be patient. I went 22 months without a paycheck in this third business I built, and I struggled. I sold our house on the lake. My wife and family gave me the stink eye. I put all my money back in the business, but I felt like if you can't bet on yourself and go 100% all in and be patient, then your employees can't go 100% all in. They can read through that. They can see through you. They need to know that you believe in the business and you're putting them and your company first. You get in the back seat. And a lot of people you got to pay yourself first. I disagree. You pay yourself first, maybe after the business has built a foundation and it's credible, and but you got to reinvest in the company all the time. Otherwise, you don't have it.
That's such an amazing point. And I think the hardest part of being an entrepreneur for me is not investing in myself. It's also having my family invest in myself. because it's really difficult to come home and everyone else is getting paid and you're selling off assets or getting into a position, and you're there every day. You have faith in yourself, but you test the faith of others because they live in a world of fear, and it now I think intrudes on your own faith.
Mhm.
For you, is that the most difficult thing, is the other people's perception of what you're doing, and you worried about taking care of other people, or like you said, is it just I have enough faith in myself, I wasn't worried about what other people thought?
I think it's both. I think that I don't, I love when people hate on me because it just gives me fuel. I never want to be mean to people who hate on me. And I'm not on a mission to prove them wrong. It's just I'd love to do, well. And I like when if they're watching me and they're not watching themselves, I like to tell them, buy that ticket, get your popcorn, get your licorice. I'm going to put on a show, have fun watching me while I watch where I'm going. I truly believe that. However, I've also had some fear and letting people down. So I don't think it's about their perception of me. It's carrying the weight on my shoulders for, now 2,000 employees. But even if you have one employee, that family, that employee, your family, they all depend on you. And you got to have thick, heavy shoulders to carry that weight. I love the pressure, but it is hard. And so, sometimes, I'm human. I break and I bend, and I got to pray. I got to meditate. I got to take time for myself to clear my mind and then get back on the grind and say, I got this. I'm tough. And that's what I love, like about Tom Brady, with sports and stuff. That guy can handle all kinds of pressure. And we've seen fantastic quarterbacks throughout our life that had all the talent, but they couldn't handle pressure. And I think that if you can train yourself and learn from some of your failures or struggles to gain that credibility in yourself to get pressure, I think that's a game changer.
And what do you think? Is there more pressure when you have 10 employees or 2,000?
I think it's the same. Everyone asks that too. I think it's the same because even if you have 10, it's 10 families. Or if it's 2,000, when it's 10, you're closer to those 10, than the 2,000. But really, every time I make a decision, and I've gotten better. Like my first company, I didn't do it this way. My second company, I did a little bit. But every time I make a decision for the brand, for the company. If it doesn't benefit the company, I can't make that decision. So I do it for the majority in our business, not the minority. I can't make an exception for you if you work for me, or an exception for me, or exception for my business partner. It has to be protecting the brand at all costs. And if I do that, then I can go to sleep every night knowing I did the right thing.
Yeah, I feel the same way. No matter when I had 10 or 10,000, it was still shareholder value. And then two, I still had 10 people close to me. Whether I had 10,000 or 10, there's still 10 people that are close. It may or may not be the exact same 10 that I started with, but there's still that 10 people that are managing 100, that are managing another 100 to get to 10,000. But it does get, now you're venturing into the personal brand world as well. You are the star of my show, big personality, great shoes, by the way. If anyone, you can watch 2 Minute Drill just if you are a shoe person, because you will get some great shoe exposure with all of the judges, men and women. They wear great shoes. I don't know why it is, but you're also in the personal branding space, which I help a lot of people on, to combine corporate and personal brands. You have an unbelievable podcast, which, by the way, I had Saad Guru on yesterday. When it comes out, you have to see the Saad Guru. It is probably the best podcast next to Jason Waller that I've ever done. but he's awesome. He's as cool as you, but he just doesn't look like it. He is so cool. But anyway, who's your fave on the True Underdog podcast? Who's your favorite guest?
Well, besides you, because you've been on there, and that was a great show. It taught me a lot. I really enjoyed having Heather Monahan. Was a good one because she had a great story. I liked having her on there. Have you had
David Nurse?
David Nurse is another great one. What's cool about David Nurse, and we told him this at dinner, is he could be a pitch man for any company because he's so passionate and loving, and he comes across as like, whatever he's talking about, you're like, oh, I'm in. Like you want to be whatever he's talking about. I think he would do good at that. His was good. I think also, I got Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank on early on. That was a pretty good one. I learned a lot from that one. So there's just so many good ones. Anybody? I had I don't Barry Sanders. I'm the biggest Barry Sanders
That's
fan.
right.
Probably Barry Sanders also, because I was in awe, like asking him questions about more of his personal life. Everybody asked him just football. I tried to talk more about his personal life and him being a kid, what it was like in high school. And a lot of people don't know this, but he was a cornerback in high school. In high
Wow.
school, he was a cornerback, and the coach got fired, and the new coach came in and tried him at running back, and he crushed it. And he almost
Imagine.
quit the team. Imagine if the new coach didn't come on and give him that shot, he would have never played.
You know what else? Is Marshall Faulk was the defensive back, and he ended up having to go to San Diego State because they were the only ones that would let him play running back. And which just goes to show you, you know, and we'll get through this in coaching. One of the biggest lessons in life, you don't know what you don't know. I don't care if you're Nick Saban, who everybody thinks knows everything about football, Coach K in basketball. You know, it doesn't matter if you look up to Bob Proctor or Gary Vee. We all don't know what we don't know. But what we can do is our best. We can learn lessons. And most importantly, the thing I love most about you, my brother, is you know how to have fun. You don't take everything so seriously. You're of service and of value to your own family, to your community, to our country, and the world. We both are big supporters of first responders and our military, which we have a military series in our show. We have a women's, we have green. We're covering all the issues, junior achievement. Any last pieces of advice before I have to jump to the Junior Achievement Worldwide live?
No, I think people need to check out the show. You know, not only do they need to follow you, David, because you are an inspiration, and I mean, you're a great coach, and you teach people, you know, how to really serve and empower people in life to do the right thing. And I think that's fantastic. And your story is great. But the show, giving those entrepreneurs an opportunity to shine, to put their business on TV, to get the $50,000. And look, I'm a tough judge, you know, I mean, but I'm honest. We're not here to make friends. I don't want them to not go and try to pitch, but I want them to be accountable, because the world is tough and running a company is tough. You got to be accountable for when you get a moment to be on TV to give it your all. And I think people need to tune in and learn from that show and emphasize and put some of that in your company and your business every day. And I think people do good.
And being truthful, I think you were tremendous in season 1, but I thought season 1 compared to season 2 is just good. So if you check out season 1 right now on Amazon Prime Video or Bloomberg, if you check it out, realize that I will guarantee you, Dave Meltzer guarantee, and hopefully Jason will too, that I believe season 2 is at least 10 times better than season 1, and season 1 was good.
I would agree with you 100%. It's going to be epic. I mean, there was some great conversation, arguments.
So good.
The bathroom one. I mean, there's some funny stuff coming. People are going to be like, oh my goodness.
And educational, not just on how to go to the bathroom. Anyway, my brother, True Dog Podcast, the True Underdog Podcast. Check out at Jason Waller, BAM, B-A-M. Anytime. He is my boy, the superstar of 2 Minute Drill. And more importantly, he's family now. So thank you for being there for me, brother. Take care.
Hey, thank you, David. Love you, man. Appreciate it. Bam.
We'll do this again. Bam, my man. He's like Chef Emerald, but in the entrepreneurial space. Bam, more money, help more people, have more fun. Thank you, everyone, for checking this out today. Training tomorrow, as always. Download the playbook if you miss anything, or email me, david@dmeltzer.com. Remember, most importantly, I'm going to be on JA Worldwide live right now. So go over to JA. We're going to announce Mr. Reisner as the winner of the JA Impact Award, which we give away on 2 Minute Drill. But remember, be kind to your future self and do good deeds. We'll see you in a minute. Bye.